Hello my fellow beauty lovers and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here, and if you're not new, thank you for coming back. You're amazing. Today we're going to do just a little bit of a review and a wear test on a new product that I picked up that I was pretty excited for, but hearing a lot of good things about it. So I was curious to check it out and see what it's about. And we are going to be reviewing the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Now this product just launched from Hourglass and I've heard so many great things about it. And it promises a lot, so I wanted to know if it could live up to it. So before we get into the wear test and my overall thoughts on this foundation, I'm going to tell you what this foundation promises. Well, first off, it's a little bit expensive. This little baby retails for $58, so if you have Ulta points, I suggest using it on it. But it also promises quite a bit. So reading from the website, it says Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation is a weightless liquid foundation that delivers 16-hour medium buildable coverage with a light diffusing effect. It blurs imperfections, minimizes the looks of pores, fine lines, and wrinkles, 16-hour wear, natural soft glow finish, transfer resistant, resistant to humidity and sweat, blue light protection, vegan and cruelty free. So, okay. I mean, that's a lot to promise. I mean, it's basically making your skin look amazing is what it sounds like. So let's get into the wear test. I did not wear this foundation for 16 hours because I sleep and I was not gonna wear it for 16 hours, but I did wear it for 11. So quite a long period of time. Now let's go ahead and get into the wear test. I will show you throughout the day how it wore and at the end of the day what it looked like, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about my final thoughts. Okay, so today is the day where I'm going to be testing out the new Hourglass foundation. This is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation, and I've heard great things about it. So I wanted to buy it and do a little bit of a wear test. And it's about 10 o'clock now. I still need to put on some sunscreen. I am behind, but this is what I'm currently looking like with nothing on my face. Again, not even sunscreen. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base as a primer today because this is like my tried and true. I know this works for me. So that is gonna be what I use in tandem with the Hourglass. And yeah, I'll update you as soon as everything is on, and then we'll just do updates throughout the day, see how it wears. Okay, see you guys soon. Okay, so face is all done for the day. Hair is a mess, but it's a Sunday, so we don't care. And what do I think so far? So far, I was actually kind of astounded because a little went a long way. So don't overdo it. You really need multiple pumps. I think I did a pump and a half, and it was enough to cover my entire face. And it was probably a little more than I really needed. Just so you can kind of get an up close look at what it looks like. So far, I do have bronzer on, but so far it looks good. Like I was looking pretty tired this morning, and I put a little bit of the Kosas concealer on, but I feel like my face looks pretty good. Like it looks like my skin, but better, right? So it doesn't look like overly heavy or anything like that. This lighting is making my bronzer look super intense. But it has done a good job covering up my pores. I mean, obviously you can still see that I have pores because again, I'm a person and everyone has pores. But I think it's just done a good job smoothing out my face. So far I like the look. I like that it doesn't look heavy. That's what I was going for. But we'll see how it wears throughout the day. So I will do some check-ins later. Okay, so I wanted to do a midday check-in. Well, it's a little later than midday. It's about 4 o'clock, so I have had this foundation on for 6 hours, and you can see I'm getting a little bit of shiny. The pink is starting to show through, like on my chin, which is not uncommon at all. This is for 6 hours. I mean, that's pretty good wear time, but I think it's still holding up really well in my T-zone. I think the pink that's normally peeking through on my nose is a little bit, but not too bad. I think my pores are still covered really well. I think my forehead is looking the same as it did this morning, which is good. And even under my eyes, like there's a little bit of cracking there, but it's not that bad. And honestly, that's pretty common. Again, I am in my mid-30s, so like wrinkles do happen. But yeah, I think it's been holding up pretty well. Again, it's been 6 hours, so I will do another check-in at the end of the day. It'll probably be nighttime. But so far I feel like it's holding up pretty good, especially since I've been pretty active today, moving around, getting a little bit hot and sweaty. So yeah, it's doing pretty good. I'd say the only places that it's wearing down is my nose and my chin, which is again very common for me regardless of what foundation I use. But yeah, so far so good. Okay, so it has been 11 hours. It's 9 o'clock at night now. I've eaten multiple meals, lunch and dinner, so definitely gave this a foundation a workout, and we're gonna see what the final results are. I do have to say my forehead is looking pretty good. Like it's still looking glowy, but I don't think it's looking like overly shiny. Chin is definitely very pink, which totally makes sense. Again, I was eating, so wiping my mouth, stuff like that. I look tired, but I feel like overall it held up pretty well under my eyes and in my T-zone. Not so much my nose. Again, it's like similar to my chin. It gets pink throughout the day. Like everything kind of wears off on it. It's where I have a little bit of oil, not a lot. The rest of my face is very dry. But overall, I would say it held up really, really well. So you can kind of see. Again, I feel like it's done a really good job covering my pores so that they're not in your face. But yeah. Okay, now let's talk about my final thoughts. One thing I do want to say is that this is like some pretty bomb packaging. It's very heavy, it's glass, it's nice, but I keep knocking it over and I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. But it is a very nice packaging. If you're paying $58, I hope the packaging is nice as well as the product, right? It should be well-rounded. So we took a look at the wear test. What were my overall thoughts? And did it live up to its promises? For $58, I would hope it would. And I really felt like it did. I felt like it did a really good job blurring my pores, blurring my fine lines, and giving my skin a really pretty luminous glow that wasn't, too obvious or overwhelming, but just a little bit that really made my skin brighten up a little bit. I also felt that it wore really beautiful throughout the day, and the only spots where I saw it start to wear down are spots that also I tend to touch a bit throughout the day. So if I'm eating and I have a napkin, it's probably rubbing on my chin. I do have a tendency to nervously tap my nose, so that's another spot that wears down. And you could see by the end of the wear test that the pink was showing through the foundation by the end of the day. So after 11 hours though, I still felt like it did a pretty good job with keeping my skin even, keeping my pores pretty blurred, and just doing a really good job. I was impressed. Now, I also wore this foundation today, and I will say it is definitely non-transferable because I took a nap. I was tired. It was a short nap. It was a 15-minute power nap, but it didn't transfer to my pillow, so yay, perk for that. I've also been doing a lot of gardening and outdoor work, and I haven't found the foundation to wear or melt off my face, which I know that sounds weird, but it has happened with foundations before. Or it'll be hot outside, you'll be enjoying the day, you'll touch your face, it'll come off on your fingers. That was not a problem with this. I took my dogs out to the park, let them romp around, and yeah, came back still looking pretty dewy and fresh. It was perfect. I do think this foundation lives up to its claims. Now, again, I didn't wear it for 16 hours. I only wore it for 11, but typically that's about the time that I would wear it. I mean, I'm normally taking my makeup off around 9 or 10, so it's not really lasting me through the night. I mean, I might need to bring this with me next time I go to Disneyland and try it out though, because I feel like that would be such a good environment for a product like this. It's hot, you're sweaty, you're outdoors, there's people around, you're probably touching your face. And it would be interesting to see how well this lasted. Now, I've only worn this foundation twice. Yesterday for the wear test and for the first impression. And I wore it today as well. And I haven't found any difference between day one when I wore it and today. I did use a different primer today. I actually used a primer from Hourglass. If you're interested in what's on my face, it's all in the description box below. But I used a different primer and I felt like it performed the same. So still really well, still had the same consistency throughout the day, and was still transfer proof. Overall, I'm never gonna say that you need a $58 foundation, but if this was a foundation that you were curious about, well, hopefully this answered some of your questions. Now, just to point out, I do have dry skin, so this is a review coming from someone who does have typically very dry skin. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little review. If you had any other questions about this foundation, drop them down below. I would love to chat with you guys. And if you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Okay, I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!